After 10 years of agony and torment, I truly believe that today Mrs. Koschman received justice based on the death of her son 10 years ago. It was 10 years ago that David Koschman got killed in the Rush Street area by the act of recklessness and irresponsibility by Mr. Vanecko. 2 years ago, I was asked by the Circuit Court of Cook County to accept the position of special prosecutor, which I agreed to do, and I was assigned a number of things, one of which was to try to answer the question, why was nobody ever charged with the killing of David Koschman? And I spent a year looking at that issue. And about 1 year ago, I tried to answer the question by asking a grand jury to return a felony criminal charge against Mr. Vanecko for the reckless and irresponsible killing of David Koschman. And that grand jury responded with an indictment. We have been in the process of getting ready for this trial. I have been convinced that we could prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt. And in the last couple of days, we've worked out an agreement. I insisted that if this case was going to be resolved, that Mr. Vanecko had to plead guilty to the entire indictment, to the felony that he was charged with, because I thought Mrs. Koschman and her family deserved that. And the defense agreed, and today, Mr. Vanecko stands as a convicted felon, convicted of the crime of involuntary manslaughter for the irresponsible and reckless conduct that led to the death of David Koschman. I also insisted that while most Illinois cases that involve what are called one-punch cases in the heat of the events result in straight probation, I actually believe that some incarceration was required in order to do justice. And therefore, today I recommended and the court imposed a sentence of 2 months in county jail, 2 more months of a confinement in home confinement, full restitution to Mrs. Koschman based on what the law would allow, and a total of 30 months probation, the maximum allowed under the law, as well as, maybe the most important, to give Mrs. Koschman a chance to hear an apology. All that has now occurred, that is now over with, and this chapter of what happened in the death of David Koschman is over with and has been resolved. As a result of this, as I think most of you know, Judge Tuman has a report of the investigation of the Special Prosecutor's Office. And I promised that as soon as this case was over with, and it's now over, that I would cause the release of that report. I intend to do so immediately. I am going to present a motion to Judge Tuman. I hope to have the report released as early as Monday. That obviously will be up to Judge Tuman to make that decision, but we are filing a motion and an order to get that report released. And so as this saga of the death of David Koschman, the book is closed. Let me thank, first of all, the young men and women who worked in my office, the Special Prosecutor's Office, for the extraordinary job they've done over the past 2 years and tireless efforts to try to investigate this case and bring this case to justice. Number two, I would like to thank Chicago's Inspector General Joe Ferguson and his staff. They were just extraordinary in their support and their effort in supporting us during the investigation and getting ready for trial. Thank you very much.